Sorry, guys, we are live. Hello, guys. Hello, Signum community. Welcome to our stream. Today we have Shimeon. It is Russian community represented, and we have Oliver. He is a Signum developer. We are live at Twitter and YouTube. At YouTube, you can always ask questions, and our guests will answer. So let's switch to Shimon. I will.
So hello everyone. Do you hear me? Okay. Let me introduce myself. Name is Evgeny. For English speakers, it might be more convenient to use my nickname, Shimeon. I've got acquainted with Signum, well, then the project was called Burstcoin in the summer of 2019, and my interest in it only grew stronger over time. As a technician support specialist by profession and spirit, it gives me real pleasure to learn new things and help newcomers with what I have already learned. Today I will give a brief overview of what happened in the Russian-speaking part of the Signum community. I'll start not even from the beginning of 2023, but from the end of 2022. As most of you probably remember, this year began with an important security update. Through the release of the node, the purpose of which was to secure the Signum network as a whole, since a large number of compromised accounts were discovered. That haven't been activated and therefore have a low level of security. Since the founding of the Burstcoin blockchain, account activation has been only a recommendation without any technical restrictions. And all the developers are regularly reminded about the need for activation by sending their first transactions or to increase the security of accounts. Over 80 years, a large number of accounts have accumulated that have not been activated, but have a significant balance through incomes from the exchanges. In 2022, a large number of outgoing transactions from old accounts without activation were noticed. Tests were carried out and conclusions were made that unprotected accounts were hacked by brute forcing passphrases. And in order to avoid the theft and the withdrawal of coins through exchanges, all non-activated accounts and accounts to which stolen funds flowed, thus funds were frozen. Um, Later, an article was published explaining the need of this update, and the question was raised of what to do next with these accounts, remove the block from them or leave them blocked. The debate was not easy, with many community members waiting in with their pros and cons and sharing their concerns. The discussion mainly took place in the Signum Discord channels, and others tried to convey information to the Russian-speaking part of the community in the Telegram. Mm, The decision was made by a general vote of node holders active at the time of blocking, after a prolonged discussion on this issue. As a result of that vote, the affected accounts and those of the attackers remained blocked. Um, Later, I'll speak more about more positive events, and now I think we'll give word to Ohagar.
Uh, can you, like Signum developer, comment Shimon?
Yep. I mean, he said this correctly. So all these observations are correct. So it's important to point out that the event took place on accounts that were not activated. So what does it mean is like in Signum, there is, as a derivative from NXT, and later it was burst and then Signum, there's a kind of a mechanism that works a little bit different that people might use to in other chains when they think of cold wallets. And that is my assumption on that, that people in the earlier days, like it's all affected accounts before 2019. That was before, for example, I got into active development in Signum, or earlier it was Burst, and even other members that were working took over after the POCC, so the POC consortium. It was widely known that accounts in Signum, also in NXT, there's even a paper from that and ways back from a Russian professor who is like Popov, that he pointed out that the problem is the assignment between the public key and the account ID. The account ID is just a subset representation of the entire public key and makes it, if it's all about only the account ID, which is a 64-bit number, that is what you usually use when you create an account without making any outgoing transaction. It's correctly what Shimeon said. So that means that these accounts are at a higher risk, and it was proven that 64-bit protection is not sufficient anymore. But this was known since years already. And the usual way is you use a faucet or you use like an outgoing transaction. It seems like users didn't know about that. It was apparently not communicated in the past correctly, such that they ended up in having larger funds. Some people had larger funds on accounts without an outgoing transaction. An outgoing transaction usually does, think of a database where you have a combined key of the account ID and the public key. So once they are set up, that means that your account is secured in a way that it cannot be taken over. And the affected accounts were all the accounts that had only the account ID without an assignment to a public key. And what happened actually was not a brute force on the passphrase. It was like a brute force on generating. That's our assumption, because that's the most probable thing, that they try to find a public key that matches the first 8 byte with the account ID. And this is apparently relatively easy to achieve, even though we thought that this calculation would take longer time than it actually took. And what happened is that we saw the first movements back in the end of 2022, where we said that's weird. And then we figured out that this got accelerated over the time. So they were kind of, the attackers were kind of available to generate more public keys matching. I'm sorry, there's like some noise right now. I'm not sure if you're hearing that. So
No.
it's like the public, okay, cool. So it's like the public keys were generated, are public keys that matches the first 8 byte, which are matching the account IDs. And that way they forgot the other half of the public keys. So that makes it possible to attack. And they will kind of generate more and more and more public keys, which matches more and more account IDs. And they started to accelerate that. And that was something where we got really scared, because in the end, I think when we really took a very infamous decision, I have to say that we implemented inside the Node software the possibility to first block movements from accounts that were before 2019 and now having any public key assigned. That means like they cannot make any transactions at this moment. And the other was like we did something in the Node software and the configuration part such that certain accounts are also blocked. This is infamous. This is a very hard decision that we took, and it's still something that we are not happy about. You know, it was more about protecting the network, and that is the discussion about decentralization, centralization, authority, non-authority, and all this stuff. So what happened is like that the accounts, most of the parts were safe. We even got in contact with the exchanges, telling them about this kind of attack. This is a design flaw in the entire protocol itself, and we have mitigated that problem already in 2019 when we introduced this activation service. So nowadays, when you use the modern wallets, XT, Phoenix, Neoclassic, not sure about that, BTDEX, And even on the exchanges, so we interact with the exchanges, they activate those accounts, meaning they assign a public key using a specific transaction. And that means that the accounts are safe. So what we have right now is a bunch of accounts which are frozen and they have funds. And until now, we are waiting for the people coming to us and say like, hey, I cannot move my funds on that. And then we want to establish a mechanism that we can, there are kind of ways we can do this. There's a way that we can even assume that the owner that's coming and said like, this is my account ABC, if he can, there's a way that he can prove that he's the owner. So I want to go into details because that could be like,
Okay, thank you, Oliver.
Yeah, that's the case. It was very unfortunate. It's like a design flaw, really. Yeah, and this was something like we pointed out even for NXT in 2013 and all this stuff. And this is like the security versus usability. So our addresses are account ID. There are like these Reed Solomon representations, and yeah, unfortunately that happens. But yeah, it's no, as far as I know, no account from after 2019 is affected about that because all the accounts being created nowadays, they're automatically activated. So that was something even I just made recently an update on that service again. Yeah, that is it was. I
Okay,
tell you, it was really a hard time. That I really scared all the things.
Let's move to more fun stuff. So
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
let's say hi to the chat. Hello, Sheni Tega. Hello, Penny Ante Crypto. Hello, Investor Boy. Hello, Wekuz. And hello, Deletarium. And hello, Thapa Pahlavan.
Cool.
Okay, Shimon, can you speak about Russian community? It is big. You use Telegram mainly and do not use Discord, or what is the situation with Russian community?
Yeah, guys. We use mainly Telegram for communication about Signum. It is much more popular in Russia, and so we discuss many things in Telegram. If those of us who also dive into Discord channels, those share some information within our community. What about projects? As you all know, or have just learned, Signum is a community-driven project, which means anyone can participate in the development in both the core development or create their own solutions based on the Signum blockchain. So in the past 2023, Royal Ranger, member of the Russian-speaking community, has made great progress in the development of his project that was found a year or two ago, a news aggregator site related to cryptocurrencies and blockchains. The name is Sijumi, SIJU.me. That stands for Signum Journal. I will write it in
Yes,
the chat.
please, please show it because you started speaking about it.
Yes,
You can show it
and I will.
how it looks.
Here it is. That's how it is looking. Uh, the main page. Oh, it's loading. Right. A lot of different articles, news, etc. are available here. And you always switch to different language. There's a couple of, and I think it is machine translation. Still better than nothing. And what I can say about this site, it doesn't promote Signum aggressively to avoid being blocked by search engines and some other sites. It is talking about everything what is going on in the world of blockchains, and provides some links to our sites, our news, and our articles. And also, there was a token created to promote this project and to make investments into it. It is SIJU token, SIJU, that can be purchased on the SignumSwap platform.
Maybe you can show it on SignumSwap. So
Okay,
I think it's gonna be cool.
Signum swap. I don't know what the token is. I wasn't ready. No, it is not this token. Here it is.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So here you buy it and what it represents.
Yes, it is an investment token. And now people can purchase it, and later in 2024, the owner of the token and of this project will share distributions to token holders because he is implementing promotion for different projects through token purchase. Let me say, if someone wants to promote his project through this site, he should spend 4 tokens, if I remember correctly, for a week. But I don't know exactly. I should recheck this information.
Okay, so it's only starting now.
Yes, yes.
Oliver, can you a little bit speak about this that everyone can create with some kind of projects and that it's not related to official Signum developers and that it's not advice like.
What do you mean exactly?
I mean that every person can create such kind of tokens and projects, and that we cannot guarantee that they will get some return or they deliver that it is totally free and.
Yeah, that is like exactly. So what you can do is we have in the last days, especially with this SignumSwap this year, we have built up the tooling in a more user-friendly way, such you can, for example, create tokens or liquidity pools and all this stuff in a most easy way, in the easiest way possible. They say like most easy is like that English, I'm sorry for that. And the thing is like, what is my personal experience on top of that? Because I can talk about this a little bit later. When we come up with like creating a token, this is something you can do in 30 seconds inside in Signum World. So if you go for SignumSwap, I mean, let me see if I can present this quickly. Just to have an idea, the thing is not about the token itself. It's just like, it's kind of just, let me go there, Signum Node, staking wallets, ecosystem, staking pool, I like go now. So if I show that here, you can see, for example, on SignumSwap, you have like staking pools, liquidity pools. I'm right now here, for example, on a staking pool. So you can click just here and start a new staking pool, and you will be guided through all this stuff, like the token ID, which you want to stoke, and all the things. We have this explained already somewhere. You see there are like 4 steps to launch your own pool. This is a matter of 30 seconds, 1 minute, something in the way. And the same is like for normal tokens. That you go here, you see the same pattern again. It's like create a new smart token. So go there and you say like, okay, what's the ticker name? What's the description? How many decimals? If it's a mintable token, so it means like if it's like a fixed supply or can like an initial supply, whatever, it depends. Of course, you need some initial Signa, which is 150 Signa at this moment. What I want to say is like creation of tokens is something, and even liquidity pools and also stuff is something really straightforward. That was one of the main focuses of our development this year, that we can just like giving you the tools that the community focuses on their businesses and say like that. So what we want to make is like enablers for businesses. But if we talk about tokenization in general, and there's something that's coming up very, very, very fierce and very massive right now in 2023. One of the big wordings is like RWA. It's called real world assets. It's like a multi-trillion dollar market where you can like tokenize physical assets. So in a few moments I will talk about this if you let me. But what I want to show is here the problem is not creating a token. The problem is creating the business behind and makes this as solid as possible, such that, for example, dividend payouts are easy to realize and all this stuff. Interestingly, on Signum, most people know that because we are inside Signum, but people outside don't know is like that we don't use smart contracts internally for example, for the normal token. For the staking pool and liquidity pool, it's a smart contract, but that makes like creation much more efficient and kind of cheaper in quotes in all this stuff. But the biggest challenge you have when you have kind of your businesses and want to connect this, for example, with a physical good like real estate, then you need to have a process on top of that. And you need to do this within the regulatory frameworks of your country or wherever you act. And this is still one of the biggest challenges everywhere. Because, US market, they are not very handsome in terms of tokenization, while, for example, Brazil is. And that is where my main focus is right now on. But, well, this is about the SignumSwap. I don't want to go too deep into this, but look at the things talking about RWA, real world assets is the big thing that's coming up next year. Everybody is expecting some bull run next year. And technically, Signum is prepared to attend this. And later I can show you some use cases where we use RWA in the real world scenario. But, well, at this moment, I don't want to overwhelm you with these infos. I'm giving back to you, Shifas.
Okay, thank you. I just I will say it's publicly because Shimeon started to speak about investing and buying, and we never say to buy or invest. It's always your decision, and I want to say that it's the SignumSwap is not moderated or checked. I mean, every person nearly freely can create token and give promises and sell it, and we have nothing, no responsibility, and it's so we try not to say invest or buy. Sorry, Shimon.
I'd like to add to this that I have in mind kind of learning project or maybe a series of articles to learn people to analyze Signum blockchain in the means of looking into Explorer, looking into token owners, etc. Who owns what, who transfers what tokens to what address. Even the basic learning of what is going on in the Explorer is very helpful, but many newcomers don't aware of it and see a token that is being talked about, they buy it, they don't get anything of it, and they're upset. So that's
Yes, we have such problem that people lacks basics of cryptocurrencies and ecosystems.
yes.
Okay, maybe let's move to Oliver. What's new? What's what you have to show?
First, in the first moment before all that, so the end, 2023 is coming to an end, and I think here at this moment that iPro principally, actually, he is like taking care a little bit about some of the ecosystem descriptive part, and I would like to make a quick review on what happened in 2023. We started with this incident in the beginning that really hit us hard. There were more incidents in general that was not very to favor for Signum itself, but oh yes, because it is. We can talk about this for sure. I give even some example where we do this, but later, if you want to have some details on top of that, no problem at all. It's pretty easy to do so, even in a smart contract, actually. So you don't need to be like a dev master or something like that. But coming back to the review, just want to go through a list of things, and thanks for the compilation. Sharing, let me see where they, I think it's here. Just need to figure that out. History, getting that, and I will share this just in a moment. Okay, cool. Coming back to where am I? StreamYard. Okay, here am I, and I'm presenting a part. So the history of the system. So if we go through the 2023 history, so you can see this on the docs, Signum network. There's like our ever-growing, continuously being improved documentation over a lot of things. So we'll talk about this in a few moments, that what we're planning to do in that way. So if you can see, there's not really, I'm not sure about the order in general. If there's like, but you can see that we have a new DEX that's coming up. It's called right now SnipSwap. It's an atomic DEX. It's an atomic swap between Bitcoin and Signa. With a PayPal integration. It's pretty cool. We lack at this moment, that was done by a community member. So shout out to Evolver that he has done this. That is, we need to promote this a little better so people can start around and working around and play around with this. I have to confess that I just had some call with him a few months ago, but tried to help him on certain things. But he did a pretty impressive work in a desktop application and making this DEX. We should give it more kudos, to be honest. Then we had another one. It's a Signum name system. Signum name system, I presented that, I think, in one of the Let's Talk sessions. It's like a DNS, decentralized DNS, where you can resolve Signum aliases to account numbers or URLs. We had liquidity and staking ports were successfully integrated in the SignumSwap. Signum Wallet got some Nostr support. Nostr is a decentralized communication protocol, so you can create your Nostr account and sign Nostr events with that. It's like in clients like Oracle Social and whatever. He said that a wrapped Signa is available on the Commodore Atomic DEX. Some of the community members did that. I can't remember that this was done. So there's this cool. I really love to see that people doing things beside like the core team. We have the Xagix exchange listing. That is a really fast growing exchange, and there is a lot of good feedback. I can say this from the integration and from the support from their side. When we talk about the listing and the exchange, we, after very, very, very years, really original gangster and OG exchange Bittrex, just like closed doors because of SEC attacks and all the stuff. And they just like were just, wiped out from the entire crypto market. It's really hard to see and really a pity to see that they had to leave. And that is, I personally blame the SEC for that, because they just like attacking any larger exchange, Binance, Qcoin, all this stuff, like getting wiped out of the United States. And the United States is a considerable market, and we currently actually lost that. It's one of the explanations why the Signal price is that what it's now today. It's hard to get listed on new exchanges. People always say, get listed on Binance and all that, but this is a completely different discussion. It's not viable to do so, and then it needs to be having something else. We have the overhauled Classic wallet that is called Neoclassic, that Deleterium took over and just like improved that and modernized the stack. There was another listing for Caldera Trade with multiple Signa pairings. That's like, you can see this on the exchanges. page. The Signum mobile wallet, oh, I can't remember that there was like an update even on iOS. That is something, a personal project for me, where I want to do much more next year in this regard. I personally would like to see an entire rewrite of that wallet, because it's just so outdated, and we need to make this better. Oh well, that's his personal thing. The first real business case. That is like, I'm co-founder of a company that is dealing with tokenization and real world assets. It's called AXT, just like, and we are dealing with one where the real estate was one of the first things. It's ongoing, so they're kind of real estate in the United States already acquired, and it's generating the first revenues, but it's not the way, so it needs more growth on that. Right now, we're working with the legal authorities here, with the local authorities here. It's called the CVM, which is kind of a counterpart for the SEC, such that we get licensed to make public offers. And we are like, together with a bunch of lawyers and legal experts, we have even strategic advisors. And yeah, we're gonna aim a little bit more right now, going to B2B, making integration with local banks here. That's something, yeah, let's see how that works out next year. There will be some big news on that, hopefully in the first quarter next year. It's still ongoing. It's very quiet at this moment about AXT, but it's ongoing because we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. We had the monetization of the alias framework, introduction of a secure solo mining setup. So it's like all the SIPs which were implemented. Introduction of the staking contracts. We have to transfer ownership tokens. These are all the SIPs. There were some in the beginning of the year, some improvements on the Phoenix wallet. Recently, I really like, my to-do list is so big right now. It's like I cannot come and to make all the things I would like to do. Some other factors, like we had now surpassed 10 million transactions. The 9th birthday, so next year we will have 10th birthday of the entire platform. And there was a new, let me see, completing framework with the new features of existing token functionality, more secure setup, solo miners, and modernize the alias framework. Yeah, yes, there was more near the alias framework. So that alias framework makes it possible that we have the top level domains, and that was the Signum name system was coming up. So this was like pretty much everything that we have done, that we were aware of that happens. I'm pretty sure that other community members, I forgot, for example, there's from AMP on the Twitter X platform, there's this new bot, this watcher bot. I'm working right now on an NFT bot for Telegram, and I'm not sure what other people in the community are doing. I know that there's some things are going on. I even added some more in terms of the smart contract development for the test bed, so you can make a test-driven development for smart contracts. Usually, if you make more complex smart contract development using, for example, the Smart C platform, it's like kind of cumbersome, because you always need to rerun the entire code, and I need to check that, and it's a way to automate the tests, and making, like, for people who know development, that test-driven development is like you write the test cases, you write the code, you run the test cases, and then if they are going the way you want to, then you're getting fast progress and a secure progress on the development of smart contracts. It's about productivity from the development perspective. Yeah, that is like what happened so far in 2023. And if I look at the list, it's pretty much, it's a lot of things. And that is what I came up and saying, like, wow, a lot of things happened, but yeah, look at us. How are we right now here? Let's stop sharing. I want to stop sharing. Yeah.
Maybe we are lacking some stuff from Russian community. I mean, to this list.
Yeah, maybe Shimeon can add something.
Well, it's I can't tell much about different projects. There are some token projects. It feels more like touching new opportunities that staking pools and other tools that are presented in the SignumSwap given to Signum users. There are 3 to 4 active members that act on token creation, token distribution, etc. Some of our members actively publish NFTs, and there are a lot of activity with support, I think. So people ask questions, we try to help them, and so on.
Okay. Oliver just have some sound problems, but he will join soon. Okay, what we have on the chat. Hello, Alexei Martinenko. Hello, Sergey. And what we have more, that's all. Paul Poco and Investor Boy. Can you speak, Shimon, about this at the hash smart token? What it is? Investor Boy just wrote.
I don't know much about it.
Okay.
I had a lot of job-related problems at that time, so didn't have much attention.
Okay. And it is big, this community Russians. How many active members you think?
I think it up to 100 members that time to time chat in Telegram, and about 20 to 30 really active members who chat a lot, who play a lot with Signum, and so on.
And you mainly using Telegram?
Yeah, yes. Discord is mainly used for, I think, game projects.
Game projects, okay. Or what about Reddit? Or I don't know. Do you use like forums, some kind?
I don't think that Reddit is very popular in Russia.
Okay. And maybe let's speak about how is situation in Russian with cryptocurrencies. Are they popular?
Yes, as popular. There are different concerns about is it going to be banned or not? Well, still not, but there are some legal problems.
But it's easy or not to go to fiat and back to cryptocurrency, or it is hard.
Well, we don't have a lot of exchanges that allow to buy or sell cryptocurrencies. The main exchange for buying and selling Signum is Cracksoft, I think, that allows to trade in rubles.
Sorry, can you repeat? Correct soft?
Cracksoft.ru.
Correct soft. Okay.
Mhm.
I never tried. So welcome.
It is also no KYC, so it's popular.
Okay.
Okay, Oliver.
I see all. I see all over your microphone is muted. I see this muted
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Now it's good.
how's my sound right now? Because I just have issues with my sound setup here. Just like, is it okay? Can you everybody hear me? Is too much noise there?
It's little bit on high, but it is.
Maybe it on high. It
It,
means
it,
it's
it
too loud.
will be good. It's. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah. Sorry, I cannot. Yeah. There's not much I can do here right now. I cannot even. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully it's sufficient for everybody to know, because there's a lot of things I want to show right now. So we have like a few minutes left, but I want to give some outlook of what we're working right now on. So we start like a review. So what we have done so far. but there is much more coming up. And one of the biggest things that we see, and this is one of the questions of the newcomers coming, and that is something probably that is like inherent to community projects. People come and go, and they start things, and then they just like left, and sometimes the knowledge gets lost or get lost in the way. So there's like, we had a wiki that was, I think it was like archived already, with a lot of technical information. It's like, how can I do this? What can I do? Where do I start? The problem is it's all scattered around, and people out of the box don't know what's going on. And one of these things is we had some discussions from with some marketing people also. This is something we lack a lot. We know that, and one of the things is like, what can you do with Signum? So we have, that's like the same. The two sides of the same coin. Just like we have a lot of features which are pretty cool and partially even unique, but nobody knows that they exist. Nobody knows how to use. Nobody knows what to do and all this stuff. So it's not like, okay, this is a coin that does only that, or this is a blockchain that can only that. And we are just like, as I said, we are a blockchain platform which has a lot of features. And many of the features we inherited from NXT, but we have also our own features, like especially the enhanced token engine, the smart contract stuff, and all the stuff. So when you come into the new ecosystem, you really don't know exactly where to start off. And one of the ideas that we're doing at this moment, working on, it's like sharing my screen again, you get an idea, is like we want to give the people an entry point and give an orientation, what can you do. So what we're working on is, so this page here, and this is not a page like a page that is hosted somewhere like Signum.network. This is actually the node's homepage. Nowadays, if you run a node, you have the, I can even show that, let me see. That's like, you go to Brazil network, for example, you see that. So you can choose between a wallet and another wallet. Okay, nice. But what is all this is about? And here is like, what we want to do is showing that this is a platform, some highlighted features. At this moment is like, we have a 25% cashback from your node fees. And then there's the question, hey, what do you want to do? I want to trade. And we give you an orientation where to go. It's cashback, it's spot trading, it's liquidity pool, it's central exchanges. I should go here. At this moment, this is just like, as you can see, it's still in its development. And you can go further. It's like here it says still trade, but it will be another section like earn, and we're just like that to get an idea of what it is. You see that this will be, for example, indicator for the synchronization status of your local node. And together with that, we want to show, for example, if you go to liquidity pools, then the node software will be delivered together with the SignumSwap in a truly decentralized way. So you go here then, and then it will pop up the SignumSwap on localhost. So and you could do the things on your side. That is pretty cool. I think so. I'm not sure if other blockchain platforms do this in that way. You can see that we have apps. Then you can select further apps here, like, okay, what is like going on. You can go to the API docs. You have third-party apps that will be added dynamically. So, for example, like if the Signum subscriptions, then you click over and you go over to this platform here where you can like manage your subscription, for example. And over the time, we want to extend this. You kept the Signum rank here, commitment station, Signum art. That cannot be delivered together with the node software because it's not the single page application. It's more involved. But I think you get the rough idea. So you get a single entry point. Every node will have this. And you get the idea. So the stats, for example, you can see how many transactions, how many is burned. Everybody has the basic stats here. And going over to docs, and you get some video tutorials already. And so that's like the entry point in our really, really big ecosystem. So that is what we're working on. And there's one of the parts we're working on. So this page is kudos to iPro here. He's heavily working on this together with me and with Frank. So because we understood that people really don't know where to start off. We need to improve usability, such people get an idea what they can do. And we want to do this from the user perspective. It makes no sense if to say, SignumSwap. Nobody knows what SignumSwap is. So you need to say, hey, you want to trade something? Go there. That is what we're going to do. That is something we are working on. I think it will be delivered somewhere by the end of January. Right now we're entering in holiday mode. Something else I'm working on recently is improvement on the node software itself, not from the UI perspective. I'm stop sharing here right now. What we do is I'm lagging here. Shifas, how is that? I see. Is okay? Is there a lag from my side or not?
We can see your face, but your hand is blurred. But it's okay. Maybe you will try to speak about database.
Exactly, that's what I want to talk about. That's cool that Flopper or Penny Anti-Crypto, this is the same guy, nice to see you, that the H2 update to the major version 2 went through. I made 3 full syncs. I even successfully complete mainnet syncs and testnet syncs, of course, synchronizations. That's working. I discovered some hotspots. We'll make some further analysis, but at least the H2 version 2 update went through. What does it mean? The old version 1 of H2, which is an embedded database on the node software, it has some problems with larger databases, apparently, and it starts being unstable. And our expectations by what we see on the changelog from the developer from the H2 database, which is that embedded database, is more stability, but it's a major update because the entire model internally changed. Not the model on the node side, but the model internally from the H2 that is like not compatible with the older version. So it was like, this was like the last 2 weeks I was working on, making analysis, trying to figure out some hotspots. I discovered something. We still have one hotspot we would like to improve. And the next big thing is that we want to, as an alternative to MariaDB and to H2, we want to introduce Postgres. Postgres is an open source database which is considered really a professional enterprise-grade database. And we will see if this, for example, helps on even better syncs. So a full sync with a new H2 DB the last one took 7 hours. So from block 0. On my machine here, which is in 218 Dell XPS notebook, 8 cores and something that way. So it was like pretty promising. I was able to give some like 10-15% of performance boost because of the elimination and rewrite of some of the statements, the database statements. So that's a good news. It's kind of a maintenance update, but it's an important one. It's a little bit more because we expect that H2 is being more stable. Why is H2 important? You don't need to install a further RDBMS. So you don't need to install an MariaDB server, whatever. So usually I will work on that we have a one-click solution, probably improved Docker files such that people just like run their nodes easier. It's like, in the best case, it's a one-click solution. And of course, the new site that I just presented, the new entry page and going into that will be delivered together with the node software. Let's see if that works out by the end of January. That is from that part. Apart from all the Signum-related stuff, I would like to bring something more, because I talked about this before, the RWA stuff. That means if you allow Shifas, give me 5 more minutes to present two new things I have.
Okay, but I just want to ask Shimeon what he thinks about this new feature and to add for Node new front end. I think it's not so often to see that Node software has such front end. What do you think about it?
I'm very intrigued with this information. I don't know about any blockchain that has that feature, and I think it is very cool. It is a promising feature, and it means that you are not locked to the website anymore. So you run the website on the node, on the blockchain.
Yes.
If I understand correctly.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe it will increase our node usage, and I think people will have more nodes to run.
Yes, yes, and also in the way if in some country, let's say the website is banned, yes, so you can use the node to access this data, this information. You don't need to connect to the website anymore to learn about this project, about
Yeah, it's
Signum.
a very cool idea. Yes. Okay, sorry, Oliver, that we interrupted you. Let's
No,
finish. Yeah.
that's totally fine. So as I talked, what I've done this year in the second half specifically is getting. I'm in a lucky situation here in Brazil because the SEC is very open-minded to crypto in general. So just to have an idea, the central bank started already piloting with the financial institutions, with the bigger banks here like Itaú, Bradesco, and all these banks here, CBDC. I know that we are not really interested in CBDC, so like central bank digital currency. And but what they use is actually they use Hyperledger Besu, which is like a derivative of the Ethereum EVM stuff. And what that means is like the blockchain technology has a wide adoption right now. It is going to financial institutions. It's not the way we would like to have it, like in terms of decentralization, anyways, but it's a kind of affirmation of the acceptance of blockchain technology, even if this is a permissive variant of that. And that is something that for industry in general is important to see. And I have the opportunity to be in contact with the blockchain industry here in Brazil. So I visited 3 events this year. No, 2 events. 3 events, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, 3 events. And so hopefully next year, that's like the organizer of one of the biggest events, they already confirmed that, but let's see what's going on next year. But that would be cool that probably I will be on the next big event next year. And my focus right now is really on working on real world assets. So to have an idea of real world assets, I will share with you something more. Let me see. It's like this platform is like lagging a little bit right now. Sorry. Could be faster. Let me see if I go there. Subscriptions. I think let's go here. I'm clicking here on that one. So I'm back here. Let me wallet AXTP. No. So that is the wallet from XT PropTech at this moment. And what I want to show here is the assets. These both assets here are representing houses in the United States, which are in a certain situation right now. So that one here, there's a parcel number, PN number. You can see that there's like being in a certain progress of acquisition. It's like the estimated market value, what is the currently accumulated cost on that, and you can see here the history on that. And you may ask, how is that being organized? It's not just in a normal database. I use currently aliases for this. So if I click on that, I'm being redirected to an alias assignment transaction. That happened 3 months ago. And of course, we cannot see this data here at this moment. This attachment is like not really decoded here inside. But it's just like we know Explorer and all the stuff, we know that this transaction is here in an alias assignment. What I use here is the alias like an updatable NFT. Not sure if you're following some of the things in the Ethereum community, but they were talking about updatable NFTs. They're talking about other things like account abstractions. This is something I'm really interested in also. But that is a kind of case I was about to show you about real world assets. So this is another one which is already generating some revenue. Notification, it's acquired, which is the estimated market value of that housing and what's going on. We need to make an update. We will do an update. This is here in Alabama, for example. The other one is in Mississippi, I think so, yeah. So this is one of the cases for RWA. We are even working for national market on commodities. So what we want to do is like going into the commodity market, which is one of the biggest a very big RWA market here. And Brazil is a commodity country. So we have soy, we have coffee, we have wheat, we have a lot of things here. And yeah, we are working together with business experts and bringing that together. So the problem in this is always the legal requirements you have to follow. So we have to have a KYC stuff, and we have to make auditions and being audited by the regulatory authorities and all this stuff. So it's like you have to follow all these steps. That is one of the parts I wanted to show. And there's something else I want to show. Let me see. That's this one here. That is a pilot which I'm running and working on. This is, as you can see, I'm doing a login here with a common account, and it's a custodial wallet for recycling stuff. I cannot tell too much details on what behind the scenes, but what you can see here is a wallet for a user who's like collecting material. So it's the English version here right now, and you get in back some rewards in terms of tokens. So for every material that you collected and you dropped off in a recycling station, you get back some token stuff. So this is something I'm working on. This is a real case. We're working together. We will work together with some industry partners in the recycling area. Yeah, you can see some activities here like transactions. It's a dedicated wallet for this certain scenario. And you can see that's like common transactions in the Signum network. And on the other part, there is the last. This is site manager. So I can show that. Let me see. I think it's that. You can see also a custodial wallet. We figured out that custodial wallets, unfortunately, are the way to go in terms of usability, so that the blockchain is being abstracted away. Oh, it's like a dark theme. It's not very perfect for dark. Can I change this somehow? I'm not sure at this moment. It doesn't matter. It looks a little bit ugly at this moment, but what I want to show you is like you have like exemplary platform for collected material, just like a recycling station is receiving material, is separating the stuff. And when it's separated, they're just like selling this to further processing. And this idea here is that you can, for example, say like, I want to have some polyethylene and I'm just bundling them right now. And you go here and confirming that. As I said, it's like a custodial wallet, and that it's like the data is being stored inside smart contracts on the Signum chain and making tracking possible. So one of the biggest ideas here is to tell when a brand owner, an OEM, is like asking for how much recycled material is in my products and which product and where does this plastic come from, for example, this recycled material. In this case, it's plastic. So, and this is like the proof of concept here. It's working. It's proven that it works. Working even, as you can see in the dashboard, with certifications that is like similar to carbon dioxide contracts or credits and something in that way. So this we're working on, and this will be together with IoT and all the stuff. And this is something also which is a real world asset. In this case, it's more like utility tokens, so we don't need to follow that rigid requirements, legal requirements. It's very important always to differentiate between a security token and a utility token in that case. But the idea here is to track things in the entire recycling supply chain. Yeah, and that's what I'm working on. And hopefully, as I said, we have 6 companies that are confirmed that we can work with them together and do this. And the first quarter of next year, we will start to run this pilot inside the companies to see if that really works out the way we think. Yeah, and it's all on top of Signum blockchain. So like, yeah.
Okay.
That's a use case.
Maybe let's answer a question from it was in the past. We have no new questions, but we have this one. It is possible for smart contract to manage tokens distribution.
Yes, it is. It's pretty easy, actually. There is a single call for that to do so. You can say like, it's like what I'm understanding, the distribution in terms of the distribution to token holders. That is what I'm understanding, correct? And it's like it's just a single call. So like say, distribute so much to the token holders, and then he's doing this.
And it is cheap call. I mean, it is building.
Yeah, it's fast and it's cheap. It's like 0.001 Signa per token holder. Yeah, 0.001 per token holder. So 1,000th of a Signa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap, I think so. And we can do like 5,000 transactions per second with this kind of operation, even inside the smart contracts. Yeah. So because just ping me and we can discuss that. I can show you. I use this in the AXT smart contracts for the payments for the dividends, and other people are using this also. This very easy one.
Yes, if someone are interested, we have Oliver, we have Delitarum, we have other guys who will help you and show you examples. I think we have examples, and people just can start.
Yeah. Oh,
so we have.
There's a comment from.
Yeah, Wekuz is same person who asked this question now asks. So this could be used to make tokens that don't depend on trust.
Yeah. Because I can tell you something. How we do this, for example, on AXT. AXT emits tokens and even emits or makes the token distribution. We're kind of a board of 5 directors to be honest, and but there are 4 directors. And we inside the smart contract we have a multi-sig operation. That means like 3 out of 4 need to assign and approve a request for token distribution. So we can put up on top of this kind of some logic to make it even more secure. In the end, you say like don't depend on trust. In that case, it's a trust operation, but you can make the dividend payout like conditionally only on programmatic things, like conditions that happen. So you can do this in a kind of trustless way. Yeah. But in the end, somebody needs to define or to decide how to make the dividends, how much it be being paid out, and yeah, usually it's like that. Somebody has to make the decisions, but you can do this using some algorithms also. If you have a mechanism that can do this automatically, it's no problem at all. You can do this like completely trustless. Yeah. Short answer is yes.
So you can add some conditions to smart contract, and it can distribute without trust by some kind of condition. You program it in advance.
Yep.
Okay, I don't see any other questions. So Merry Christmas. It was a very good year for Signum community. And let's meet all next year.
Yeah, I wish you, my wishes also, Christmas and all stuff. I wouldn't say it was a very good year for Signum. Unfortunately not. We had some backlashes. But technically spoken, I think we had some progress anyways. And I really like to see that there are some people coming up and they want to do their own businesses and all things on top of that. And it's like something, I'm here to support everybody who wants to do something. I know that I hope some Russian member already on smart contracts. I helping I forgot to talk about Andy Lambrot, the Hong Kong chapter. So they're working on NFT-based stuff. So time is over right now, but there will be a special edition next year for sure that he will show what's doing. But yeah, that is Hong Kong is working on things also with Signum, and it looks very nice what they're doing. It's like a dedicated wallet with selfie to earn, they call this. Probably you have seen already some weird NFTs on the Signum Art platform. They come from them. Pretty cool stuff, and he's working on kind of other platforms stuff and dev stuff, and I'm helping the developers on working on that. I'm really glad to see that there are people going into the community, coming to. It's a little bit of a struggle in the beginning. I know that we need to be a little bit better on the documentations, but we're getting better. So Exchanges gave us already good feedback saying that our API documentation is excellent. It's interactive and all this stuff, and yeah, you don't need to be a dev master to master Signum, in my opinion. It's like just like very feature rich, and you need to get used to it. That's it. And I wish everybody a very nice Christmas and a happy New Year. And for sure, we see us next year. And next year should be the big year for crypto again. It's called that there will be a bull one. I'm not sure, but well, let's hope for the best.
Thank you, Shimeon, for joining us.
Yeah.
Maybe last.
Shout out to
last
the
word.
community. Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you. Yes. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye, guys.